Time for sports right now, where it's actually 12 months since the current Football Kenya Federation administration assumed office, and they boast of a positive trajectory. A major highlight of the year is the successful African Nation Championships, CHAN 2024, where players, technical bench, support staff, all ripped big. Our sports presenter, Tony Kwalanda, exclusively spoke with FKF President Hussein Mohammed about the next steps in growing the beautiful game.
I'm very privileged to be, of course, having this conversation with the President of Football Kenya Federation, that is Hussein Mohammed, to discuss about how this wonderful, extraordinary football season has been for Kenya. And of course, we have actually witnessed how Kenya has been very successful both in the women's football and in the men's football. And one very important achievement this season is that our women definitely have made history and rewrote history to qualify for the Women's Africa Cup of Nations that will be held in 2026 in Morocco. Mr. President, welcome. Thank you for making time for this particular conversation, just to see how football is. Let's just start with a very successful moment for us, our girls qualifying for the Women's Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco. In your tenure, you came recently in office, but your successes are already starting to display.
It has been a very exciting journey, and I made a promise to the general public that we will see a difference in terms of how we will govern the most popular sport in the country, which is football. And we are now seeing the fruits of that. We just came from a very successful CHAN in terms of hosting the event itself, but also our performance as Kenya was quite impressive. Many people said we were in the group of death and that we will not survive the first game. But it shows you what belief, what good structure, what good strategy can do. And for the women particularly, we are tremendously proud of them.
What are your next steps for our age sets in terms of women football? Because at least now men's has been shining. Now women, of course, are the ones who actually been taking us to the World Cup. The next steps for the under 17, for the under 20, what is up, of course, the short term and the long term?
For us, critically, is to identify, monitor, and continue developing the talent right from a young age. That's where the collaboration with schools is critical. Yes. Girls are unique in the sense that how you prepare a men's team and a boys' team is very different. You've got safeguarding issues that you must look at. Cultural and historic challenges around developing women football are very real, and we must address them. And that's why traditionally you have seen that we have not been able to attract a lot of support or sponsorships over the last couple of years, but it's the most growing part of football globally. Women football is on the rise across the world. Women football is attracting more partnerships around the world, and women football can become as big, if not bigger, than even the men's football. So for us at the youth level, we have to also maintain consistency in how we manage the technical team, how we manage the girls, how we monitor the talent, and how we are able to attract support for these youth teams.
Other than being on the field, there are many opportunities for our women, to work as, for example, technical bench, support staff and all that. What are these opportunities for someone who's watching and they're looking like, okay, I cannot play football, but what else can I do? The opportunities in CAF, the opportunities in FIFA, what are they for really to attract now the non-playing people really now to support your vision?
We need to get our governance right first. Once we do that, then we commercialize football successfully. It will open up all doors. So there are very many disciplines you can get into. If you look at that ecosystem that I referred to, you've got physicians, you've got doctors, you've got nutritionists, you've got the media, you've got content creation, you've got broadcast, you have talent identification, scouting. And so the list is endless really in terms of what you can do within data analysts. You've got referees, you've got coaches, you've got assistant coaches. I mean, today, if you commercialize football successfully, you can create hundreds of thousands of jobs. You've got, again, the secondary economic activities that accompany any successful football infrastructure. And for us, it is important to realize the potential of football at this particular moment in our growth, and be very deliberate in investing and in ensuring that we open up the opportunities for employment, opportunities for businesses to be able to plug into this particular industry.
Recently, I was in Morocco, and I managed, of course, to be hosted at the Mohammed, the 6th sports complex. I managed, of course, to talk to some of the top officials. I think it was Hiari, the personal assistant to a lecturer, who is the president of the Royal Moroccan Federation. And they say there's a lot of partnership between Football Kenya Federation and the Royal Federation, or Moroccan Federation, in women's football. How is that partnership so far?
I'll be very honest, when we signed the MOU with Morocco a few months back, our target was, number one, exchange in terms of culture and ideas and football philosophy. Second, and most importantly also, is learn the infrastructure development strategy that they've had in place, which has succeeded for them, and also their youth national youth programs that have been very successful. With AFCON coming now next year, this opens up the doors now to engage on women development, women football development. And Morocco made it to the finals of the AFCON with Nigeria. And it's something that we are hoping to learn from them in terms of how to develop women football. And I know the partnership will go a long way into enabling us to achieve that particular objective.
And which other countries do you think are emulating Morocco, and that, of course, Kenya can benefit from in terms of growing Kenyan football, especially in the women's category?
We've got the superpowers in Kenyan in football in Africa and globally as well. We have to benchmark with the best, and some teams to look at, for example, is Nigeria, who are quite good as well. South Korea, the United States of America have got very, very strong women football programs, and you can see that at the international stage. You can see their performance, you can see the investment, and you can clearly enumerate the results in terms of how they are able to deliver on the pitch. And these are some of the teams that I'm really looking forward to meeting up with and to learn from as well.
There is normally life after football, especially for women. It might not be the same for men, but you have to forge a path and prepare a path so that the women who are actually playing right now can look forward to the future. There is maybe uncertain for them. As a federation, I'm sure it was in your manifesto. Where are we with that, actually, so at least we can make it attractive to attract the women and at least give them a future after they have actually played?
This applies both ways. It's not just specifically for men's football or women's football. It cuts across that after your football career as a player, you have quite a number of options. You can go for your coaching programs and become a coach. You can decide to pursue sports medicine. You can be a nutritionist in a club or for a national team. You can be a doctor. You can pursue your career in very many areas, including sports journalism. You can start your own broadcasting outfit, and create content, football content, right at the grassroots level. So there's the opportunities are really endless. And my message to all footballers is you must think post football. How do you want to continue adding value within that ecosystem?
The wonderful report about the CHAN 2024. When CAF president was here, Dr. Motsepe, when Gianni Infantino, the FIFA president, was here, I mean, the smiles, the glowing faces of them when they were giving a report of how impressed they were of how Kenya co-hosting CHAN was, but they were enjoying how Kenya was actually at the forefront of making this particular tournament a success. How important was that thumbs up? How was that important to us?
It was so critical because then again it was a sign of confidence. For the first time, the president of FIFA, Infantino, since he came to office, visited Kenya. He had been to almost 50 other African countries. When we toured the Talanta Stadium that is under construction, you could see the excitement in Gianni's face and in President Gianni's face. And Mosepe, of course, said that that was the best CHAN ever. In the history of the competition. For the first time we had 13 fan zones so that we could be able to accommodate football fans who are following the national team and who are following the competition. So that was a big sign of a big thumbs up in terms of confidence for the new federation. Which I'm very proud of now heading, and to my team as well. It's a sign of confidence in the management of football matters. But importantly, this was as a result of the commitment from our government. His Excellency, the President, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, has been very, very clear that he is committed and he is going to support sports across the country. You've seen the infrastructure development through the Ministry of Sports under Salim Vuria and the PS. You've seen very, very clear intention of supporting sports. And as Football Federation, we have been beneficiaries of this collaboration. We have been direct beneficiaries of the goodwill from His Excellency the President, and who continues even today to support us, to mobilize resources for us, to give us encouragement. And there's nothing, there's nothing more we can ask for. We are very glad that we have a very good government that is keen on the youth agenda and on sports development, and that has gone a long way. And that's how you found in Infantino here, you found Motsepe here, together with their top management coming to Kenya to just say that they are standing with Kenya and that they appreciate the efforts that they have noticed over the last couple of months.
What was your wow moment from CHAN that you picked up and you're like, every day you look back at the same, that was my wow moment in CHAN?
For me, really, it was how we organized the event, the fans, the attendance for every game, both at Nyayo and Kasarani. I think the country did a marvelous job in terms of bringing Kenyans together. So the fans really are the... I would say, if I was to pick one thing that really stood out for me, was the turnout and the support from the Kenyan fans. Not only for Harambee Stars games, even all the other games. And I would love to see that continue, even during AFCON or other competitions. They showed up, they were peaceful, they collaborated with organizers and the security team to ensure a memorable, fun experience during that historic event. So I think the fans, very big thank you to all of them. Also to the government for stepping up and for helping us deliver that particular event.
AFCON 2027 is, I can smell it. I'm sure you can smell it already. I'm sure your heart is always beating every day, and on the countdown to AFCON 2027, where we are co-hosting with Uganda and Tanzania. Infrastructure-wise, is Kenya, and of course, I'm looking at all the ecosystem around AFCON. Are we comfortable enough even to host it in 2026 in case CAF decides to host it in 2026?
We have AFCON in 2025-2026, which is will end in January, so we may not have another AFCON immediately after, but 2027, Kenya will be ready. I remember when everybody doubted, or majority of the people doubted, not everybody, but majority of the people doubted that we will not be ready for CHAN, and we proved them wrong. I have, again, absolutely no doubt that Talanta will be ready. Kasarani will go the relevant upgrades that are required. We will have Nyayo on standby as a training field or as a plan B for any eventuality. So Kenya will be ready. And I have no doubt that I know AFCON is way, way bigger than CHAN, and I have no doubt we will improve and make the experience even better.
What is that standout thing about Harambee Stars this season that you can look back and say thank you?
Harambee Stars is an amazing team, and the people behind the national team is not only the federation, but it's government, it's people of Kenya, it's the fans, it's everybody. So everybody has a stake in Harambee Stars, and it's bigger than any individual. It's bigger than me, it's bigger than anyone, because it represents the country and it carries our flag, both stars and starlets. So we give them everything that we believe is necessary to making them succeed. And we know very well that in the next coming years we need to improve on some areas that that need a quick fix, so that we can then compete at the global level and qualify for the World Cup and compete with other football superpowers. So for me, Harambee Stars is very close to my heart. And I have, again, absolutely no doubt that they will succeed.
SportPesa League, SPL. Of course, the sponsors have pumped in 10 years, into it. These billions of shillings are put into it. What makes you happy every day, every weekend, when you think about the SportPesa League?
SportPesa League has just started growing again. Football at the apex of our leagues and competitions is now back on track. And my gratitude goes out to SportPesa for believing in the new federation and believing in our agenda and believing in the leadership. So I know within the next couple of months we'll also be announcing support for other leagues, and also we'll go to the grassroots. SportPesa has created a pathway for other private sector members to play a significant role, and we are very grateful for them. Azam as well, our broadcast partners, have done a tremendous job. We are also looking forward to more partnerships in the coming future, and I think you will see a significant shift in how we are going to package the SportPesa League. And that will also attract more support and more value for our partners.
National Super League, Division 1, counties, all those, they are siblings in this league. And you see, they're looking at the SportPesa League and they're like, Federation, please, we are leaving us in the dark. What plans do you have them for short term and long term?
I think ultimately what the private sector wants to see, or the investors want to see, or sponsors for that matter, they want to see value. They want to see how they benefit. What is the gain for their shilling invested? And unless we can be able to show that, and we can be able to prove that there's real value in supporting these leagues and competitions, it becomes more challenging. You've got CSR, then you've got CSI, and then you've got sponsorships, and you've got partnerships. And each and every category extracts different type of value. So the development of the leagues and competitions are critical for us to be able to now extract maximum support from the private sector or any other partner. So what we need to do in the short term is get our house in order, deliver that value, and you will see the queue that will be there in terms of support from the private sector and from other development partners.
Insurance for our players. I know it's a topic to talk about for a long time. Insurance, it's very important to really give our confidence to our players. FKF, insurance for our players.
It's something we have to look at. It's part of the player welfare. Athletes must be protected, and we have to safeguard interests of our athletes in terms of their future security and opportunities. So insurance is a very important part of that process. And I'm happy that Jubilee today has said they're putting together a package that we will look at, and it is something that we have discussed internally at the Federation on how we can improve the welfare of our players moving forward. We will also work very, very closely with the Kenya Football Welfare Association to see how we can enhance and we can expedite those programs and initiatives.
Indeed. Thank you very much, President of Football Kenya Federation, Hussein Mohammed, really for making time and sharing the successes and of course opportunities we have now and of course in the future. And of course we'll engage, we'll keep on supporting you as TV 47, Radio 47, Digital 47 and Sport FM.
Thank you very much.
Asante sana.
Thank you for having me.